Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here using StreamYard! Yes. Going live to my videos now. And my notifications going off. So this is my first video on StreamYard. I'm not doing Windows Movie Maker anymore because it sucks. So, thank you for watching on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video and this is on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, as I just saw it went live. So I'm learning this little new thing, so bear with me. So it is what it is. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel. This is your WWE Elimination Chamber review from the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it was a pretty good show. What are you gonna do? You know, this is the filler pay-per-view before WrestleMania coming up in 3.5 weeks. And like I said, it was a pretty good show for what it was. And so we got that. So I'm just testing everything out, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. So that's about that. So let's get into the review. Let's not waste any more time, as I'll be doing my reviews and my different videos through StreamYard, not through Movie Maker, because I upgraded to Windows 8.1. I can't somehow this computer doesn't want to upgrade to Windows 10 for some odd reason. So I might have to bring it to another tech, maybe one of my tech friends that can do it for free, and I can get Windows 10 and get up and operational again. But right now I'm going to use Windows 8 for now, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, let's get into the review. Let's not waste any time. We start the night off with a pre-show match. We had the Viking Raiders taking on Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. And was it just a match? Let me just try something. I'm just testing my phone. Yeah, it's a little delay, so. I'm just testing my phone. It's a little delay, so. Yeah, it's a little delay, so. I'm just testing my phone. It's a little. This is a delay on my phone, so it is what it is. So it's a little behind. But anyway, we start off with the Vikings and against Hawkins and Ryder. The Viking Raiders beat the about 4.5 minutes. This match should last like 2 seconds, but it is what it is. So Hawkins and Ryder, the Viking Raiders get the win. Whoop-de-damn, freaking do. Don't give two shits about that. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right. So these reviews might be a little bit shorter, and the videos might be shorter because I'm using StreamYard. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. All right, then we get to the main show. We start off with Daniel Bryan. Yes! And he faces Drew Gulak. This came about on SmackDown, where Drew Gulak was supposedly going to expose Daniel Bryan's 173 weaknesses. And then Daniel Bryan overheard it. He challenged Drew Gulak to a match to see if he can prove him wrong. So we get to the match. Match was pretty good. It was between two technical stars. So also with Gulak in control, frustrating Bryan a little bit, and then some ground and pound, then a half crab, and then Bryan came back with a heel hook, and they get to the rope. Gulak starts talking some smack. Bryan's like, bye, and he goes to the outside, comes back in. Bryan grounds and pounds until Gulak counts a Romero special into one of his own. Brian counters it, starts kicking him. Gulak comes back. Brian counters, and then Gulak cuts him off, targets the neck with a swinging neck breaker for a near fall. Then they go outside with a suplex over the ropes to the outside spot that they always do. And then they get back in, they counter each other, and then Gulak hits a Saito suplex for a near fall. Keeps everything grounded, focusing on the neck again until Brian rolls him up. Then hits a Snapdragon suplex a la Kenny Omega for another near fall. Gulak falls with a German and then another one for another near fall. He maintains control until Brian hits a Desperation Lariat. He goes up top. Gulak hits an inverted superplex. And you can see Brian's junk. I think Gulak was pulling on the tights a little bit, so you can see Brian's junk most of the match. So we get that, and he gets the inverted suplex, right, and then transitions into the Gulak. Brian fights out of it, counters into the yes lock, and then he starts hammering, like going like this, and starts slamming Gulak in the head, and Gulak passes out. So Daniel Bryan picks up the victory over Drew Gulak. Match was pretty good. He gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Great technical match, and Gulak was kind of upset afterwards, and there might be another match between these two heavyweights. They're not heavyweights, but these two technical wizards. And we'll see what happens. And that's it for that. And we move on. Yes, I picked my nose. I don't give a shit. And that's it. So I'm still learning. So it is what it is. All right, then we see Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode in the back, claiming they will win the chamber match. We'll see what happens with that. I don't think they will, but you never know. All right, then we get to match number 2 for the United States title. Andrade takes on Humberto Carrillo for the 3rd time. We have the lovely Zelina Vega at ringside. And she played a part in the match. Basically went back and forth. Attacked at the bell. And then Carrillo came back, dumped Andrade to the outside. They come back in, and Humberto hits a run-up headbutt for a near fall. Maintains control until Andrade stuns him off the ropes. Then Andrade takes over, working on the arm, and does some ground and pound. And then he goes to the outside, peels up the padding on the floor, sends Carrillo into the ring post, and shoots him into the barricade a few times. Humberto beat the count. He got in about 9.95. But Andrade is right back on the arm. Carrillo battles back, dumping Andrade to the outside. They go back in, he follows with some kicks, a backbreaker and a disaster kick. Andrade cuts him off, slamming into the turnbuckle with a buckle bomb. But Carrillo battles back. They go up top, training until Carrillo hits an avalanche hurricane rana for a near fall. Goes for the moonsault and missed. And Andrade fights back, hits the double knees in the corner for a near fall. And then Zelina Vega peeled up the mats, peeled up on the other side of the ring. Andrade dumps Carrillo, he goes for the DDT on the exposed concrete. But Humberto fights it off, hits a tope after that, and he goes for a high crossbody, gets countered by Andrade into a small package with the tights for the 1, 2, 3. So, Andrade gets the win, retains the title like we all knew he would. I think he's going to lose to that WrestleMania, probably to Angel Garza, but we'll see what happens with that. So, we'll see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw with Andrade, where he goes from here if they announce a United States title match. But we'll see. I gave that the match. I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Pretty good for the match. Was what it was. Andrade retains, and I'm 2 for 2. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. All right, then we go to the back with Charlie Caruso. And she interviews the OC, well, mainly AJ Styles. And AJ says he's feeling feels bad for Aleister Black because he has no friends and locks himself in a room listening to creepy music while sitting all crisscross applesauce. Okay. He says Gallows and Anderson will be at ringside, obviously, and he says it's not fair since Black has to face him. Why would he say that it's not fair that Gallows and Anderson at ringside? That's your advantage, AJ. Go figure. I don't know. So we'll see what happens as we get to the match coming up in a little bit. I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to the first of our 2 chamber matches. This one's for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We have the champions Miz and Morrison taking on the Usos, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, and the Lucha House Party, and the New Day. This was a pretty good match. They used the cage a lot. They used the chamber a lot. Then the pods. Started with the New Day and the Usos, which was pretty good because it would have sucked. It was like the Lucha House Party and Heavy Machinery, but good way to start off the tag team elimination chamber match. Otis is dancing, doing the New Day's entrance. Okay, what the hell is this dancing shit? I don't know. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck that shit. I don't give a crap. All right, then they get to the action. New Day controls early until Big E's cut off. And then the Usos isolate Kofi until Big E made the save. Then we get a stalemate. And then the lights flicker, and then we get our next entrant. It's the Lucha House Party. And they go nuts. There's some double teams for a near fall. They hit a couple moonsaults. Jay makes the save. Big E cuts him off. Dumps him to the padding on I guess you can call it the floor, whatever you want to call it. And then Kofi attacks him. The Luchas battle back. They send Big E into the ring post as Lindsay Dorado climbs the chamber and onto one of the pods. Kofi joins him, and then Gran Metalik joins him on the top of the pod. They dump Kofi and follow with dives off of it. That was pretty insane. And then the lights flicker again, and we get our next entrant is Miz and Morrison, and they take control, double teaming Lindsay Dorado, and then put Gran Metalik in the tree of whoa. And then they double team Jimmy for a near fall. Jay fights back, but cut off with some double teams, and then they maintain control until Gran Metalik hits an avalanche hurricane on John Morrison for a near fall. Kofi makes a comeback. Goes for trouble in paradise. It gets counted until Big E makes the save. Miz cuts him up with some kicks. Then he hits a double team, double stomp as Morrison makes the save. And then Heavy Machinery come in and they run wild, clearing everybody out, smashing the Usos against the cage. Then they isolate Gran Metalik and then Big E. Otis hits the Caterpillar. And then Lindsay Dorado flies off the chamber's top. The top of the chamber. Yeah, that top of the chamber. And wipes everybody out. That was a pretty sick spot. Take out Gran Metalik and finish him off with a compactor. So the Lucha House Party is eliminated. And then Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler come in. And Otis tries to pry the pod open. But Miz and Morrison attack them. And they work him over. They start. The crowd starts chanting for Otis, and they battle back. Dolph climbs and Tucker follows him up on the pod. He throws him to Otis, and then Otis works him over as Tucker hits a insane dive off the pod, wiping everybody out. And then Roode and Dolph isolate Otis. Otis battles back, and he goes for the spear he missed and crashed through one of the pods. And onto the floor. Ow. As the officials had to check on Otis. And Tucker's pissed off. He goes to work on Dolph and Roode, going nuts. But he gets cut off. And Roode hits the glorious DDT on Tucker to eliminate Heavy Machinery. So get that. So Heavy Machinery are out. Then the New Day attack, and then the Usos come flying frog splash to finish off Rude and Dolph Ziggler to eliminate them. So it's down to Miz and New Day and Miz and Morrison, the New Day, and the Usos. And the champions are outnumbered. They get beat down. The Usos attack the New Day, pick up some near falls. Kofi fights off Jay and climbs the pod. Goes for a high crossbody. It missed. And Miz and Morrison ended up pinning Kofi to eliminate the New Day. So that was in Morrison. And it was pretty good near the end. They brawl. Get some super kicks from the Usos. Gets a near fall. They hit up top. And they go for the splat. They go for the superfly splashes that eats knees, and the champions cradle them up for a near fall. Miz rolls them together and hits the skull crushing finale for a near fall. Then he locks in the figure four as Morrison hits Starship Pain on Jay, but Jimmy makes the save, and the champions come back. They pick up the victory by using the ropes as leverage. So a little bit of chicanery from the champions, but I didn't think they were going to lose the belts to the Usos. Well, maybe they would lose the belts to the Usos, but I think that's probably going to happen at WrestleMania. But we'll see what happens. So the match was pretty decent for what it was. A couple of cool spots here and there. And they continue the Otis Dolph Ziggler feud. It continues on. That's going to lead into a match at WrestleMania. The New Day will probably be doing something at WrestleMania. I don't know what. Lucha House Party, I could probably be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Like I care. And, you can set up Miz and Morrison versus the Usos. Kind of like a rematch for the belts. And we'll see what happens from that. So Miz and Morrison retain. Match was pretty decent. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's all I got to say about that. So, not a bad chamber match. I've seen better, but it is what it is. So, get that. I'm trying to. All right. Anybody wants to chime in? You can chime in the live chat if you wish. But that's all I got to say about that. So, you move on. All right, there we go to the back with Charlie Caruso again. This time her guest is Natalia. Basically, it's RKO'd by Randy Orton and his monotonous voice on Monday Night Raw last week. And we're going to get Edge on tonight, probably having a big fight with Randy Orton tonight. Or maybe he just comes out and says how he is and says how his wife and how Beth Phoenix is. But I don't really give 2 shits about Beth Phoenix. And that's all I got to say about that. She praises Beth, but promises Edge will get his revenge on Raw. Whoop-de-doo. She says she's going to unleash her legacy in the chamber, whatever that means. So we'll see what happens with Natalia. I really don't think she's going to win because you know who's going to win. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Move on from there. All right, then we get to, I believe this is match number... let me see here. 1, 2. Match number 4. We got a no disqualification match. Aleister Black taking on AJ Styles, a rematch from Raw. We got the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson at ringside. And I don't understand. Really, this match should have been like really in AJ because he had Gallows and Anderson. I don't understand why Gallows and Anderson just beat him up, when he came out. But mostly the match was back and forth. So lining him up until Gallows distracts him to allow AJ to attack the knee, take control. Then he brings out a kendo stick, starts beating him up with the kendo stick. Aleister fights it off, but gets dropped to the floor. AJ goes for a plancha, and Aleister counters with a knee. He pulls out a table. Styles cuts him off with some chair shots. Then he puts the chair in the corner, continues to control as he grounds and pounds a little bit, attacking the knee again. Alistair fires back, hits a sliding knee strike, but Styles counts into the calf killer. And Alistair was in a lot of pain, obviously. But Alistair gets the candlestick and uses it to escape. Starts laying in the candlestick shots to AJ, but AJ hits a desperation Pele kick. Then he hits a phenomenal form for a near fall. Then a brain buster for a near fall. Then he takes his time, goes up top. Alistair leaps up with a knee strike to cut him off. Then he takes control with some kicks and strikes. Then hits a springboard moonsault for a near fall. He hits a German suplex, and AJ counts into an Ushigoroshi, but Alistair counts into a tombstone for a near fall. And he hit AJ. AJ goes into the chair in the corner, and then to the floor, and by the table. And then Alistair attacks the knee, clotheslines Alistair over the announce table. Sadly, did not hit Michael Cole. Styles clears it off, and Alistair cuts him off and follows with Meteor through the table at ringside. They go back in. Gallows and Anderson attack him. They just start beating up on Alistair. They hit the Magic Killer like they hit last week, which allowed AJ to get the victory last week. They hit the Magic Killer. And then they hold him up, and it looks like AJ was about to hit the phenomenal form on him. But then we hear gong, and then the lights go out. They come back on. We hear the Undertaker, the Phenom. He's in the ring. He's choking out Gallows and Anderson. AJ springboards in, but he gets caught with the choke. He gets caught by the throat, and then Undertaker picks him up. Boom! Choke slam to AJ like he did at Super Showdown. Lays him out, and then he disappears, which allowed Black to get up and hit Black Mass on AJ, pick up the win. So Alistair Black, with help from the Undertaker, picks up the victory over AJ. Match was decent. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. So it continues the AJ Taker feud. I would not be surprised if Taker's at Raw tonight. I would not be surprised, but we'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I would think that it's gonna be they're gonna do the match, and then Gallows and Anderson will try to beat up the Undertaker, and then Undertaker will beat them up. Undertaker's gonna destroy AJ. Let's just be real here. He's gonna destroy AJ. Go 25-2 at WrestleMania, and probably retire next year, if at all. And we see what happens with that, and we move on from there. So Alistair Black picks up the victory, and we'll see what happens with AJ and the Undertaker tonight on Raw. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So match, like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it for that. And we move on from there. That too. And we move on. All right. After that, we get to match number 5 for the Raw Tag Team titles. We have the Street Profits taking on Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy with the AOP at ringside. Kind of went back and forth throughout the match. I'm going to summarize here. I'm not going to go through everything. The AOP get involved a little bit. They start brawling and then the Viking Raiders come out. They start brawling, and all the way to the back. And we get to the end, and there was a Tower of Doom spot, which is always nice. And then Kevin Owens comes in. Well, he arrives in through the crowd with some popcorn, and he sits down at ringside. Seth gets distracted. Kevin throws popcorn at him. And then Angelo Dawkins takes out Seth, and Murphy goes for a dive. They catch him, slam him into the barricade. And then they go in. Montez Ford goes up top, hits the frog splash on Seth Rollins. Like they did when they won the title, kind of a carbon copy of last week. Ford hits the Ford, obtain the belt. So it was a pretty decent match. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And continues the Owens-Seth Rollins feud, which is going to culminate with a match at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's going to be a stipulation match or it's just going to be a straight-up one-on-one match. We'll see what happens with that. I would think the Street Profits will probably take WrestleMania off, or they'll defend the belts against maybe the AOP and the Viking Raiders in a triple threat match. I don't know, because the Viking Raiders and the AOP looked to be going at it, and that was that. But then again, you never know. So continues the Owens-Rollins storyline, as afterwards Owens gets in the ring, hits the stunner on Seth, and he eats some more popcorn. Why not? So that sets up that. And that's pretty much it for that match. So all that, I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it for that. And we move on from there. And that's it. All right, then we go to the back. We see Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke IC title handicap match with Braun Strowman. Sami says he's not worried about the match, and he mocks Braun Strowman a little bit. He says Braun has never gotten to him once, and he won't get these hands tonight. Well, last night. He will go toe-to-toe with Braun and XSR and knock to stay on the apron. Like that's going to happen. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to the match. Match was all right. Lasted about 8.5 minutes. I was hoping for a longer match. Sami starts dancing around like he's El Generico. Well, he should go back to El Generico because he sucks at Sami Zayn. And Nakamura comes in. Braun overpowers him and dominates Nakamura. Keeps going after Sami, which led to his downfall. And then Nakamura takes out Braun's knee. Cesaro takes over. Sami comes in and attacks. And then he's like, I'm out. He attacks. He comes in for a little bit and then leaves. And then they work over Braun a little bit more. We're working over Braun. Braun fires up as Sami runs as Nakamura works in a sleeper hold on 1923. Braun fights off the sleeper, runs nuts, and takes out Nakamura and Cesaro. Throws him out of the ring. Then he goes out of the ring. Braun starts chasing after him. And then Sami hides under the ring, which allows Nakamura and Cesaro to attack, slamming him into the ring steps. Nakamura hits Kid Sasha for a second time. Braun kicks out of that. Cesaro goes for the neutralizer. Braun counters out of that. And then Braun chases Sami. He gets sent into the ring post. Then a third Kinshasa by Nakamura. And Sami hits the hell of a kick, or an assisted hell of a kick, as Cesaro and Nakamura held him up like they did last week when he hit the hell of a kick and sent Braun through the table doing the contract signing. So he hits the assisted hell of a kick and goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Intercontinental Champion in Sami Zayn. Been a while since Sami held a belt. Since the last time we saw him with a belt was when he was at NXT, and then he lost to who did he lose to? Lost Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens lost to Finn Balor, and we all know what happened after that. So been about like 1,500 and almost 1,600 days since Sami Zayn won a major title. So it gets the Intercontinental title, and Braun's streak. And Braun's Intercontinental title streak lasted a couple weeks, and that's how they really love Braun Strowman. They don't give two shits about him. And if I was Braun Strowman, I would ask for my release and go to AEW and team up with Luke Harper. But that's my opinion. So the handicap match rules played in Sami's favor, and they got the win. Sami got the title. I don't know how that's going to work out with Cesaro and Shinsuke. They're going to be triple. They're going to have the Freeburg rule, and each one has the Intercontinental title. I don't know if that's going to work, but it is what it is. And I think they're going to have a rematch on SmackDown or at WrestleMania. Sami's probably going to win that. I really don't think they're going to play hot potato with the Intercontinental title, but because I really think that Braun's going to go into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, win it again, or like I said, might have a rematch with Sami and then Sammy actually has to fight Braun by himself. But we'll see what happens with that. So match was decent. I gave it a 2.25 out of 5 stars. So congratulations to Sami Zayn, and we'll see what happens with him, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Braun Strowman on Friday Night SmackDown this Friday night. And that's pretty much it. All right, then we get to the main event. Well, actually, it was the main event. The Women's Elimination Chamber match to see who faces Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. We got Shayna Baszler, Ruby Riott, Natalya, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, and Asuka, who had, I think, Kairi Sane was there too. So it was a pretty decent match. Basically, this was a showcase for Shayna Baszler because when Shayna came in, she beat the shit out of everybody. When she came in, she beat up Sarah Logan, Kira through the clutch, tap out easily. Then she takes Ruby Riott, puts her in the Kira through the clutch, tap out easily. So they're out. And then she beats up Natalya in a pod, crushes her with the door a bunch of times, which was fucking sick. And then she chokes her out with the Kira through the clutch. Lays her out. So it's down to Shayna, Liv, and Asuka. Liv comes in, but thanks for coming, Liv Morgan, with your hot ass anyway. She gets choked out with a hanging choke. So Liv is done. So it's down to Asuka and Shayna Baszler. Everybody's going nuts. When the countdown was going on, Asuka's like dancing. She's like, yeah. She starts talking in Japanese, like, oh no. So she comes in, they start fighting, and it was fucking epic. Not like when Shayna was in NXT, but I don't think they ever fought in NXT. I could be wrong on that. I think Shayna came in way after Asuka left. But maybe in a Mae Young Classic, I don't know. But anyway, they work into some counters. Asuka takes it down with some hip attacks and some kicks. Shayna cuts her off, fouls with some kicks. Asuka comes back and knocks in the Asuka lock. Shayna countered, and Asuka locked it in again. They go to the flooring, and Shayna escapes, attacks Asuka's injured wrist, and chokes her out, fouls with some kicks, and then goes back to the arm, then hits a knee strike, and then chokes her out, and Asuka tapped out. So Shayna Baszler gets the win. She will face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. We'll see what happens tonight on Raw with them. But yeah, this was a predictable match. Shayna wasn't gonna lose this match. Vince McMahon hates her guts. I think they're pushing her too fast. They should have just slowly brought her in, not just force feed her down our throats like they did with Cena and Roman. But we get that, and it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with Shayna and Becky tonight on Raw. Probably have an altercation, or maybe Shayna cuts a promo, or Becky cuts a promo, or Becky cuts a promo and then Shayna comes out and they have a stare down, or maybe they fight and then referees and agents have to pull them apart. Good luck with that. And then maybe later on they do a contract signing, which we all know what happens at contract signings. And we'll see what happens with that. But we'll see what happens. I think Shayna's going to beat the crap out of Becky at WrestleMania, win the title, hopefully. That's up to Vince. It's not up to anybody else, anybody like me. If I was the booker, I would book Shayna to win, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to book the finish. Really, I hope they give Shayna the belt and then let her go on a nice long run with it, and then she beats everybody on the roster, on the Raw roster, and then nobody's left. And then Ronda Rousey comes back like a few weeks before SummerSlam, and then Ronda Rousey and Shayna have a match. Ronda wins the title back for the second time, and then somehow, someway, they'll bring back the 4 horsewomen against the other 4 horsewomen in a match, maybe at the Survivor Series. But I don't know if it's going to be this year or it's going to be next year, if they even do it at all. But I do see Becky's title reign to end at WrestleMania, and the reign of Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, will begin, and we can get all this crap with Becky Lynch out of our heads, because basically she sucks now. It's been too long. The man gimmick is getting stale. Her promos aren't even that good. That's basically all I got to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to tell you. So, match was pretty decent. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Overall, I gave the pay-per-view 6.25 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. Or you can do a video reply down below. If you have any questions, put a few questions down below in the comment section. Or hit me up via Facebook or Twitter. All the information is down below in the comment section. It's going to be in the description box. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you like this new format that I'm doing with all my videos. Sucks I'm not using Movie Maker anymore, but it doesn't work in Windows 8 and doesn't work in Windows 10. So I had to use StreamYard. Thanks to my good buddy, my good friend from up north, Dallas, Calamania. Big ups to him for referring me to StreamYard. Even though I knew about StreamYard before, but he referred me to use StreamYard. And I'm still learning. I might do a live StreamYard video. Well, like a hangout, I guess you can say. Maybe one day if anybody wants to join. Let me know. We can talk wrestling and shoot the shit. I'll have to learn how to add people in the chat. But we'll see what happens with that. And it's a learning process, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with me on this channel and all my other channels as well, which you can subscribe to down below. And you can also follow me on Facebook and follow Twitter. Links down below. And share this video all over the internet. And tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. And that's it. So once again, 6.25 out of 10 stars for the Elimination Chamber. We'll see what happens tonight on Raw. I'll be back later with my Raw review. Hopefully, maybe some people can come in the comment section and talk. We'll have a nice little discussion on Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much it. So I'll be back later on the Killer of Demons 669 channel. But for now, I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Hopefully you enjoyed this on StreamYard. We'll have more to come over the next few months and years or whatever, how long I go, but we'll see what happens. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Monday night. Enjoy Monday Night Raw tonight. Should be a pretty decent show. We'll see what happens with the aftermath of the Elimination Chamber as we're on the road to WrestleMania in 3.5 weeks. So thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.